Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. So, today I want to talk to you about whether your business is fulfilling an ancestral legacy and how you would find that out, what that means anyway. So, when you are building a business, so a lot of what I've been talking about on this page and on my podcast is about becoming soul actualized via your business. And what that means is that you are here to fulfill your soul purpose, and you use your business as a vehicle for that soul purpose. And so there's several episodes already where I go into this particular discussion and then all that it takes to actually be soul actualized in your business. So you can check out Soul Actualized Entrepreneur podcast, and that's available on all podcast platforms and on my website, so you can find out more information. But what I want to do today is I want to talk to you about building an ancestral legacy and what does that mean with your business, and how do you know that you're building an ancestral legacy with your business, so that your business is here to kind of fulfill this ancestral legacy. So a lot of my work recently in the past year has been focusing on ancestral healing and my own ancestral healing, because in the process of working on my business and really developing something that I wanted to create, and that something that I love while I am working on it, I felt that there was more. And so key number one is, how do you know that you're fulfilling an ancestral legacy? And I think my first clue was not just that I wanted to do this business for myself, but that this was something, this urge of business building was something that I kept seeing in my family line from different lines, or from different areas of my family, where I kept seeing this impulse to create a business happening. And so I saw it with my father. I saw it with my, even with my mother had some aspirations for that. I saw that with my uncles. I saw it with my nephew, right? So I knew that, and even my brother. So in fact, a couple of my brothers have been also focusing on business building. So I knew that when I was thinking about really healing my own issues around this business building, that how did I know, one, that this is kind of a legacy that's wanting to come forward through my ancestral line, was because I kept seeing it in different people around in my family. So around me, so different people that were related, blood related to me. So that was one clue that it was ancestral. So this is an ancestral legacy that I'm fulfilling. And of course, it was just something that I was thinking about. It wasn't necessarily something that I was completely 100% sure, but because it kept coming out. And one other issue that kept recurring in all of these different people was that we are all having issues in having a business be successful, or working really hard to make that business successful, and working hard to the point where we were working more than the business was bringing back. So I could see that there was all of these dynamics working on a lot of different levels throughout my line. And so that was another clue for me. So not just that different people who were blood related to me were also interested in building businesses, but that I kept seeing this struggle. So I kept seeing this desire in myself, but I kept also seeing the struggle in myself. So the past year has been really going through and focusing a lot of my work on doing that clearing for myself. So not just personal type clearings and healings, but also focusing on my ancestral line. So I'm going to be having a series here talking about the different types of ancestral healing that are out there that you can receive, how each of these different types differs from others or from each other, and then what you can gain from each one of these. And so I think we can also talk about the limitations of each one. So what the benefits of them are, and then what the limitations of each type of healing are. Now, all are helpful. It doesn't mean that they're not helpful, but there's different layers. And that's what I've been learning in this. Really, it's been more than a year. It's been probably more like a year and a half, 2 years that I've been really exploring this whole question of ancestral healing and what that means. And so this series that this is the first video of, I'm going to be focusing on really becoming soul actualized through the ancestral legacy, and understanding what that legacy is one big aspect. But a lot of times we cannot understand what that legacy is until we have cleared, until we have done some healing around it. So it's not going to be enough that you do a general kind of psychological approach or process for this type of healing, because we don't, as a society, we don't have access to our ancestral history. So we don't know a lot of what our ancestors went through specifically. So we can have a general idea, but we don't know specifically. And as well, our ancestors can bring, so there's issues that we may need to be able to heal, but there's also gifts that we can bring forward. So all of this I am going to be discussing in this particular series. So I hope that you will tune in. So go ahead and drop your email if you want to be notified of when I'm going to be going live for each of these different videos. And again, it'll just be an informal conversation around each of these different types of ancestral healing, how these different types help you, what the limitations are, what the benefits are, and then other things that we want to keep in mind, especially as we are starting to understand that our business is really bigger than ourselves, and our business is not just moving forward, but it's connecting to a line back. And we want to make sure that that line is healthy, that line is actually being supportive and helpful for us. And so tune in to that discussion, and I hope to see you here. I will be answering questions. Of course, if you have questions and you join me live, then you can ask your question, and I will answer it to the best of my ability. And then, and a lot of times and especially if they're really personal questions, I can't really answer them unless I go into actually do a healing for you. But I can try to answer as general as I can without needing to go into your own kind of ancestral lineage. And then as well, if you're not going to be able to make it to the live, then you can always send me an email with your question, and then I can answer your question while I am live. So I look forward to those discussions. Again, pop your email use the link to send me your email, and then that way I will keep you notified. And then of course you can always follow me here on the Facebook page, and then you'll receive the notifications of any time that I go live. But if you want to know ahead of time so that you can plan to be here, then pop your email, and then I will be sending you a message to let you know when I'll be going live, and then what the discussion is going to be, so that you can make sure to make it or send in your question that is relevant to that particular topic that I will be discussing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.